Hello, ladies, and welcome to the fantabulous NaruSaku Fan Club podcast. I am your sexy host, James S. Cassidy, here with a whole bunch of other sexy men for your pleasure. Let us fill your ears with our sexy voices and succulent words as we caress your eardrums with the soothing sounds of our tongues flapping against our lips as we discuss the immense chapter that we are going about to discuss of the Naruto manga. So please, let my sexy gentlemen here explain to you who they are and what they are about to do to you.
Good evening. I am LKNMGH, also known as Steve.
Ooh.
And right now, if you would allow me, I would like to entertain you in my sexy accent.
And apparently he's from Transylvania. He's a good sucker.
That's right, ladies.
Okay then. Well, welcome to the NaruSaku podcast. I am number 3, I guess. I am
Stuttering.
Xiao. I am Xiao. I am the adorable Asian of the group. You'll laugh at how awkward I can be and realize, you know how they like to say, once you go black, you never go back? Well, once you go Asian, I don't know. This died. And this died. See? Adorable. Next.
And I'm BlueStarsaber, ready to share my thoughts on the podcast.
Anyway, I apologize I apologize for last
For
time
you
I was
heavy
here.
metal ladies out there.
And also, he's British. The sexiest accent ever.
I know.
Anyway, I apologize for last time I was here when I kind of lost my temper, but I will apologize in advance because out of the temper I'm probably going to lose when we talk about some of the fandom's reactions to this chapter.
I'm probably gonna lose my temper too. Lots and lots of. Let's just say by the end of the day, if I haven't lost my temper, I've probably gone insane.
Well, it won't be my temper I'd be losing, but something much more succulent.
Your head?
Ladies.
Like what?
That is right, James. For instance,
My
why don't
wallet.
we-
Okay, I might lose my life from lack of AO because.
Well, apparently I've been robbed. But I'm still sexy. You all remember that, right? No one could get their wallet stolen as sexy as I can. With my voice as smooth as this, listening to every succulent drop of words, a pronunciation, immaculation.
I don't always sound this sexy, James, but when I do, I'm usually reading the manga.
Will I have to talk like this throughout the entire podcast?
Great. Well, then I guess that means more. What's the word? A
I'm
study.
not
Yes.
always a sexy gentleman on the podcast, but when I do, I masticate.
Wait, you what?
I masticate.
I don't want to know. Like, ever.
Look it up.
Anyway, shall we get on to business and discuss what happened in the
Sure.
chapter?
Yeah, sure, why not? This is getting old. If you're wondering why am I making this horrible, horrendous joke, you'll see when we get to that point. But anyway,
It's a question of, if you don't know, why the hell are you watching this podcast? Like, you had to have at least read the manga.
it is, as you say, a very funny chapter, but a very confusing one as well, or apparently from the point of view of some members who I feel are too busy worrying about other things.
Like
I
being a
thought this
pussy.
chapter was pretty straight up
Hilarious.
clear, if you ask me. Just like the last few chapters.
Oh, clear. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, lots of people like to say, "Oh, the Naruto series isn't making sense." I'm like saying,
But it is making dollars.
True.
Well, technically, most people here read online for free, but who knows? They probably might also buy the volumes.
Probably.
And as I said, we shall be discussing chapter 682. You've never seen this before, ladies.
Yeah, the
I'm
girls on Tumblr.
sure you've never seen this.
Mm-hmm.
And really, we haven't.
No.
I did not see what happened in this chapter coming. I don't think anyone did.
I didn't.
No one did.
All my infinite wisdom and future prediction of
Naruto.
no psychic prevelation, I never saw this one coming. It
This is
clouded
kinda-
my third eye. No pun
You know,
intended.
I doubt not even a god would have saw that coming.
That's kind of why I feel like Naruto is still like Kishimoto's main avatar, author avatar. Like it's just like this. Like you can't guess what Kishi can do. Like if he really wants to throw a curveball, no one will see that coming. Like I remember when we got the spoiler and we got that page, the page that caused everyone to go shit all crazy. Like everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Like what the fuck is going on?" And it was also
you said that in a nice beat. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
But it's just at the same time, it was also the same time when the chapter was just usually chapters usually come out on 2 a.m. or so. This one came out 3 or so. It's we were just waiting hurry up. Damn it, you.
Comes out at 7 a.m. here.
Yeah, that's different. In the eastern, it's usually 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're pretty dedicated.
It's summer. I have nothing to do.
And Steve is like, "Can we hurry up and get through the chapter, please?
Oh yeah.
I have a lot on my mind." Oh, okay. So, yeah, as you know, we'll get on with this, I guess. So we got the first panel, and it's typical Naruto, Sasuke standing there in front of Kaguya again.
And then
It's like the third chapter, dude, of this fight.
Yeah. It's never a non-stop action. There's always they always have to have this brevity moment of them just staring each other down like some kind of spaghetti western ninja style.
You mean Naruto and Sasuke staring at Kaguya and that?
Yeah.
Alright, but hasn't that always been always been a thing for Naruto, where the bad guys just stare, the opponents just stare at each other, preparing to attack each other?
Yeah.
Well, it's every shonen series really does this at this point. You really can't complain. I think every fighter does this. It'd be like complaining against the genre than a puss series.
Yeah. But anyway, so then
static.
so we
What's the static?
I don't know. It's probably from Steve's end. I don't know. So we get
Sasuke saying that technique.
yeah, which we continue where we left off at. That technique, yes, that jutsu. That jutsu, yeah, that jutsu. Yeah, that technique, yeah, that technique. So, yeah. And Naruto's like, "Sasuke, listen to me." And then Black Zetsu, again, Kaguya doesn't talk much, does she? Anyway, Black Zetsu's like, "I don't know what you're trying to do, but my mother can absorb any jutsu. What you are trying to do is meaningless."
And then we flash back to then we go to Sakura, the Sakura Kakashi orbital null clone, in which Sakura's asking, "Oh, Naruto, what are you planning on doing?"
You'll see.
Yeah, and then Kakashi.
Ho 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 ho! Ha 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 ha! Ho 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 ho! Ha 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 ha! No, I'm not.
And by the way, the static is not coming from my end. I just muted my mic 5 times.
Anyway, we have Kakashi mentioning a power that can drag you into the dimension that is not Genjutsu. It's a whole different level. It's like she's God or God.
Yeah, did we kind of establish this before?
We
With the whole headband falling into the lava thing, did we just kind of already establish that it's not a Genjutsu? So, Kakashi, why are you repeating yourself?
I think he's pretty much just confirming that she's a god this time.
Yeah, you confirmed it last time, too.
No offense, it's kind of odd because we already knew, people already compared Madara to a god when he first came out, and he was much, much weaker. At the same time, I at least enjoy how the Naruto series gives extreme odds. It's yeah, you're literally fighting against something that's unbeatable. It's gonna be a good fight at the very least.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So
Sakura asks Naruto how he plans to fight against her, and Naruto goes over to Obito and says, and I'm not quite sure what he means by this. Does anybody have a thing? He goes, "This might be the last time, but we gotta do all we can."
I think he means that this might be our last fight. Okay, they might lose, but they might as well try everything as a result.
And
I
then-
know. It could possibly mean the last time he can use that sort of regenerating power thing, maybe.
And then he said, "It's what we've always done in the end." I'm
I
not
think-
quite understanding the context of this scene and what he means by this.
If it doesn't make sense, maybe Kishimoto will talk back to it. I mean, remember how we had at the end of the Kage arc, Naruto's saying you and I will both die. He said to Sasuke, "You and I both die." Well, I don't know about you, but I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Naruto?" And then he's like, and then we see he's talking about the incarnations. Then everything kind of clicks. So you never know. It might just be Naruto. Maybe they'll have a flashback to this later on. I don't know. Kishimoto's been doing that a lot lately.
Oh yeah,
Hold on. Anyway.
What?
It shows that Obito is still alive. Clearly,
Yes.
he has still some purpose, and Naruto seems happy about it.
yeah, you're right, For Life. Okay, you happy?
God damn it!
Anyway, this has probably caused some controversy because Obito is still alive, and people really hate it when characters don't die.
Why won't you die?
Stop trying to make the Naruto series Game of Thrones.
I'm pretty sure people are trying to make it like that and Attack on Titan.
It's almost like Dragon Ball Z.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it actually does kill its characters.
Steve.
And officially, if you really think about it, it's kind of stupid for Attack on Titan because yes, they kill a lot of characters, but think about it, most of the characters they kill aren't that major. I can only say at best four really major characters died off, and that's about it. Even then, the four that really did die off are at best major supporting characters, not major characters.
Anyway, Steve, Steve, you have some opinion?
No, he's gonna save it till the end, like
Really?
he always does. He's gonna keep quiet this whole entire time.
Really?
Yes.
Dude?
Yes, he is.
At least
Because
write
we
it.
got
Sorry.
because we have
An agreement.
no, but
Standing?
I'd rather. I would like to talk, but I'm afraid that whenever I talk, I'll get interrupted. So
Sorry.
yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to weigh in my opinion during this review, unless I have a wit to add to, well, whatever
So, you
any
don't
of
really
you three
trust
say.
us.
So you're gonna be quiet this whole time,
Hallelujah.
Not this whole
unless I have
time.
a wit. Yeah, so you're gonna be
So
quiet this
you
whole time.
don't really trust us. Anyway, Sasuke goes, "Are you serious?" We don't know unless we try. It's funny how Sasuke seems to understand what jutsu he's planning to do. But anyway,
I think Naruto probably told him maybe.
And so,
I know.
and so by this time, everyone's reading this manga, going, "Oh man, I wonder what this is gonna be. This is so exciting."
Yeah, me too.
Me.
Me too. I was sorry, God.
Anyway, I've been
I-
practicing.
Oh my God, you.
I was not.
Go.
See, this is why I save my opinions to the end. Not me. I had a suspicion that Naruto was gonna pull something here, but honestly, what he did coming up here, I could never haphazard a guess. Why? Well, because save my opinion when we reach it.
Steve, it's not so much that we interrupt you; it's just that you picked the wrong time to talk. It's we already started, and you just pitch in.
Whatever.
Anyway, Naruto says he's been practicing this jutsu more than a Rasengan, and that it was worth trying.
This is how Naruto wastes his time.
When?
Wait for the big moment.
So without just skipping ahead, when did he have time to practice this? Because I mean, we've been following Naruto pretty closely this past 3 years, and we've been pretty much knowing every step he took. So how did he get away with practicing this without anybody looking?
And more than the Rasengan, apparently.
And what exactly was he doing?
Yeah, I got a point. What the fuck? Anyway, so Sasuke's like, yeah, you know what? I'll do it.
If
Like,
this
fine.
can create an opening in the enemy's defenses, I guess we can try. My left eye. My left eye is ready!
And then Naruto and Sasuke get started. With
Oh,
Sas-
going ninja like hand seals.
Yeah.
which is getting very, very rare in this series.
And Kagi is like, huh?
And
What-
then
what are you-
Sasuke,
What are you doing?
and then Sasuke decides, boom, boom, Atamatsu in your face, and Kaku doesn't give a shit.
Shepherd of fire. I don't know. And Sakura, they're moving. No shit, Sakura. Thanks.
Oh, to be sure, no,
I thought
no,
they were standing still.
I actually kind of like this panel. It showed like the three main characters like all on one side. It was pretty nice for me.
And look. If I was one of those rabid pairing fans, oh my god, Sakura's panel is right next to Naruto. It's true love.
Anyway,
It is true,
next,
but beyond the point.
next we have Naruto propping up a couple of Xiao clones. Kaguya seems to be ready to attack, activating her Byakugan, and then wait for it. Wait for it. The next panel shows. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to load on my screen.
It loaded.
We then get Naruto Magic Mike edition.
Sexy reverse Hayam no Jutsu.
And then
Hey ladies, I heard you like to party.
one of the funniest
Well, me and
things-
my guy friends love to party. Naked.
So many naked dudes.
and
So
and
many
also a lot of people like to point out that quite a bit of them look like quite a bit of the guys look like gender bent versions of Sakura.
Yeah, so basically from what I could tell, there's two Sais, a Jugo. One of them looks like one. The rest of them kind of look like the tail beasts.
I think like
One of them could be Kabuto.
And one
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like Ukatake, the Six Tails host.
Yeah.
eh,
I think one looks like kind of like Gaara's uncle. I don't know.
which one? Yeah, like one of them looks really really feminine.
They all look really, really feminine.
I meant like one of them looks like two of them look like they have lipstick. Okay.
Anyway, Kaguya is just
Or
What?
Naruto could have picked up gay porn magazines somewhere along his 2-year trip.
I
Figured,
really,
hey, I did the same thing with women, so why not with men?
you know.
Well,
I
he
think
is.
he might have developed this jutsu after seeing what Honohamaru did against Sakura.
Yeah, well-
Anyway,
Well, it is supposed to be a sexy reverse Harem no Jutsu, so it's like, he's over glorifying the men by making them sexier than they want, and I guess it's like, this is like the 1980s version where it's like the guys who mostly dress up like women get all the chicks or are considered sexy. All I know is that when I read this panel, the first thing that came to my mind was the song by Sylvester called "Do You Wanna Funk?" If you wanna funk, let me show you how. Do you wanna funk with me? Du-du-du-du-du-du.
No, one of the
Anyway.
coolest things on Tumblr was like someone like took the panel and like
Ouch,
the Naruto like perversion song whenever like a din like that. I can't exactly do it, but maybe I could find it. Hold on.
Well,
But
you
it's-
know what song I thought up of when I first saw this? It's raining men. It's raining men. It's
I
yeah.
didn't think of any
It's
songs. I
raining
just
men.
laughed.
Amen.
Anyway,
She's gonna
Hallelujah.
go out. She's gonna
Let-
let herself get absolutely soaking wet.
anyway,
How do I know
What
the lyrics
the
of the song?
Anyway, next panel we have a Kaguya shocked
Right.
at what's happening. Then we have Sakura shocked as well, but in a more funnier and blushing. Kakashi just like, what?
What the fuck? And
Sasuke.
Sasuke's like, do him. I definitely do him. I do him. Maybe not him. Nah, I'm so gay. I'm gonna do him too.
And
I'm
now-
gonna say
and then-
Sasuke was more okay.
Also, Naruto's like
I think
thinking like
Sasuke
this.
didn't bother.
I think no, Sasuke's like I don't even know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. It's kind of his face like saying I don't want to care. I don't want to care.
Anyway.
Yeah, so if this doesn't prove Sasuke is gay, then he's asexual.
I think Sasuke's
like,
asexual.
doesn't like women. He's asexual. He's
I
He's
think he
got
might
it,
have
though.
something for carrying at least.
Yeah, he kind of does, oddly enough. Like he's oddly kind with Taka. Like I mean, it's like it's subtle, but it's there. Weirdly enough.
Until someone tells them how to make babies. I stick what and what?
Oh,
Anyway,
shit.
Naruto says sexy jutsu always seems to work well on strong people,
And
which
then
seems to include Sakura, so he considers Sakura strong. And then we have
He's not
Sakura.
exactly wrong. He's not
Wait,
exactly
we have
wrong.
Sakura nose bleeding and one nose saying, "Idiot! How can you use such a jutsu in this situation?" Okay, for me, but how can you think that would work on a god like that?
Sakura's a pervert.
A colossal
we didn't-
pervert.
Like we didn't know that already.
Like Kakashi and Neji.
First of all,
Kakashi, wait, Neji's a pervert?
He is in the Rock Lee SD
Yeah.
manga. Colossal
Yeah,
pervert.
Yeah, like,
I
let's-
thought
let's-
that's the chapter where Jiraiya tries to get the guys to peep on the girls.
Oh yeah, that's that one. Yeah, it's like let's list all the strong people who are perverts. Let's see, Jiraiya, Naruto, I guess Konohamaru just because he's strong, I guess. Kakashi undeniably.
Kakashi's a
I'd
closet
say-
pervert.
Oh, he is.
Killer Bee is a pervert, but he seems to be unaffected by the sexy no jutsu unless he was nose bleeding after when he closed the door.
Well, he is wearing the mask.
Killer Bee, not Kakashi. But either way, it's more. Also, he did seem to have a pretty strong attraction to Tsunade, although it's Tsunade.
And
And also there's May. Oh god.
Kaguya's face.
Yeah, Kaguya's like, what the fuck is going on?
I haven't seen someone make a face like that since Superman threw that cellophane S at the one guy.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what's going on, yo.
That's a mildly inconvenience. Yeah.
Hey.
Stopped you, didn't it? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, take that.
And then the
Anyway,
next.
anyway, next panel we have Naruto's clones disappearing and him actually landing a hit on Kaguya. Turning out it actually worked. By the way, I can't tell. Is she smiling or is that just blood from her mouth?
It's blood from her mouth. It's actually it looks like a smile. I think Kishimoto drew that as a way of saying, as a way of like doing a joke about this. Like doing it like he just wanted to keep up the joke, but if you actually carefully zoom in, it's blood.
And then we have Sakura with two nosebleeds saying in a funny face reaction, "It worked!"
That was the fandom. Like, no offense, that was the fandom there. We were like, what? It actually worked? Also, then Naruto's like, you may be the ancestor of chakra, but I'm sure you've never seen this jutsu. No shit. Like, goes like, this is the history of Shinobu, you bastard. I'm saying, wait, so the history of ninja is seduction and lying. Naruto's actually not that wrong.
That's actually kind of true in real life. I think that's actually kind of true in real
No,
life.
that's the thing. Like, I said, I'm like, oh my god, Naruto's actually right. He was stupid, but he was right.
That and the history of ninja is full of
That's a pretty good
perverts.
point, fucker.
It's like, you may have created chakra
I
and
believe-
started...
I believe you have won that argument.
It's like, you may have created chakra and stopped war, but you don't know what humans are like. We lie and are horny. Wait, let me redo that. I didn't say that right. And then, anyway. And then, like...
I just can't get over her face.
Sakura's?
Just that face. It's like, oh yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like next chapter she's gonna get really pissed off with Naruto.
She might.
I know what girls want. I know what girls like. I know what girls want. Girls want. Girls want that.
Anyway, Sasuke goes like,
What a
"Now,
girl
Naruto!"
wants, what a girl needs, whatever makes her happy.
Didn't make Kaguya happy, so I guess he failed Dale. Anyway, beyond that
Anyway.
point, next chapter.
Well,
Next page.
she hasn't had any so long. It's not even.
Anyway, it's Naruto and Sasuke's speed move to where Kaguya is, but attempting to seal her with their power.
And then,
we
like,
have
then we have Jiraiya saying this was the most unpredictable. Like,
hold
saying,
on, wait, you missed.
Right.
You're skipping a panel.
I am.
Most
Huh?
unpredictable.
No, I
I've
was saying
never
that. I was saying
imagined that Naruto's pervert ninjutsu would save the world. Are you
It's
watching Jiraiya Sensei? You did not say that.
No. I'm not. My makes sense. Like, I'm saying, oh god,
You
if
said
that actually
no.
worked.
Pat, you said Jiraiya instead of Kakashi.
Oh, I
is what
did.
you said.
Oops,
Yes.
Yeah.
sorry. I said it wrong. I meant to say Kakashi. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's go back to recording.
Right.
Eh.
Anyway, Kakashi going like the most unpredictable. I never imagined that Naruto's perverted ninjutsu would save the world. Are you watching Jiraiya Sensei? Anyway, I have to admit, this kind of reminded me of something that happened in the Lego movie. You know that character called Emmett that was...
The main character?
Yeah. And he made the double-decker couch, and everyone said, what the heck is that?
That would actually be kind
It
of
was
cool.
like it was the most useless thing, and it turned out to be pretty useful when it saved their lives. This kind of reminds me of this.
Yeah.
So,
Like you yeah. Anyway.
stupidest jutsu
Superman, the
ever
Man of Steel, got
invented.
stopped by a piece of gum.
Well, let's get into the fact. Like, what if he actually done it? Like, Naruto would so like be rubbing it in Iruka's face to say, "This is the most useless jutsu you've ever done," and also Naruto saying, "I used it to beat a god." Like, no, you're not. I'm not kidding, right, Sasuke? Yes. It's like,
Wonder why I never used it on Madara.
Maybe he didn't think maybe because Madara was too obsessed with Hashiyama, but who knows?
I think it's. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I forgot what I was going to say.
I think it's just like this is Naruto's last resort. Like literally, I think they already showed that Naruto and Sasuke, like, they kind of may have been a match for like Madara. Maybe I kind of doubt it, but Kaguya is literally leagues above Madara. So it's like, you know what? I got nothing right now. Like, none of our powers are working. Like, this is like it's an all or nothing kind of thing. It's an all or nothing kind of thing. It's like, what the hell? I'll do it.
Yeah. So we get a little flashback of Jiraiya, of him saying that basically he believes that Naruto is the boy of prophecy, and he seems like Naruto resembles him, Jiraiya, more than he does his own father.
Oh, undeniably.
Which Naruto's been compared to about 4 people now.
Anyway, you know, I wondered. As you know, this whole Naruto being child of prophecy has caused controversy because of the whole change your destiny kind of thing.
And I have like a post if you want to see on Tumblr. Like I kind of point out how it's not like the Naruto fandom's just overreacting a little bit. Like it doesn't exactly destroy the whole theme that the people want to think it does. I'm not going to get into
Of course,
detail.
the prophecy was so vague it could mean anything.
And also the fact that prophecy was completely dependent on Jiraiya's choice, kind of making less fate is fate. It's still like prophecy supposedly means that whatever you do, it'll be stuck this way, right? If Jiraiya has a say, that doesn't exactly feel like you can't fight destiny. That feels like you can still choose destiny. It's just like it'll just set off like some layers of stuff. It's kind of like Jiraiya had the choice of saying, maybe if I do this could possibly happen. If I do this, it could happen. It's still fighting of what you do.
Anyway, I have to wonder if Mr. Kishimoto meant, like, even if there is the destiny for you, don't let it control your life. Don't let it be the only thing in your life.
That's kind of how Naruto acts anyway.
I mean, that's kind of like I think that's kind of like with Neji. He kept going on and out how he's cursed with this fate and that. And after being defeated by Naruto, he was free from that thinking. He got to make his own decisions. And eventually, he made the decision to sacrifice his life to save Hinata and Naruto. Yeah, I was just
No fate for what we make.
Well, for what's the Hina fandom loves to say, it means Neji ships Naruto and Hinata. Yeah, totally.
I
Yeah?
kind of want to say something about the fandoms, but I don't want to at the same time because it's just going to be repeating the same thing over and over again. But anyway, we'll get through the chapter first. So
it's a fandom; they always repeat each other.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so we got Naruto and Sasuke about to do whatever sealing thing they're about to do to Kaguya, and she's like, "Freeze!" Literally,
Yeah,
freeze. Just freeze.
Can't touch this.
Nah. Touch this. Nah.
Hey, Naruto, Sasuke, my children. You know what my favorite movie was growing up? What? Frozen!
Let it go. Let it go. You can't hold me back anymore.
That doesn't
Sorry, I
fit
just
you. That does
I
fit
kind
you.
of bought the DVD. Sorry.
God, that was
Me too.
you
What?
sang that like perfectly. You need to You need to cut a record, man. I make love to that music. Oh yeah.
And then everyone Naruto, Sasuke, like, what the fuck is going on before they touch the. Okay, that's.
Then we have the rescued team, Sakura, Kakashi, and Obito. Can I just call them Team Minato 2.0? Because I get the feeling that we're going to get something like that.
Or according to the rest of the fandom, Team Useless.
Yeah. The fandom.
They're gonna soon eat their own words. Anyway, we have Kaguya using that teleportation, that black teleportation thing she does.
But seriously scares the shit out of me. Like, no offense, when I first saw her doing that, I'm saying she's just being Slender Man for being scary. She beat Slender Man. Holy shit.
Slender Man isn't that scary.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we're not kids.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I see like a guy with a suit here. Fuck off! Get off my lawn! Oh, he's eating children. Oh,
Anyway, Kaguya uses this vanishing jutsu that, we all knew she had. But anyway, Naruto comments, she vanished. And Sasuke comments, so she's able to travel through dimensions?
In defense, they didn't actually see that, okay? They didn't actually see him do that.
I am Kaguya and Naruto Sasuke. You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! I know. So, we get this huge landscape of an ice realm or ice dimension, again, with a castle in the background. Now, a lot of people...
can I... wait, sorry, should I let you finish? Yeah, I'll let you finish.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of speculation on what these castles are, what they represent, because there's been one in almost every dimension now.
Anyway,
so...
can I just... that sort of... that color page we got a while back when it first shown Kaguya returning? We had Sakura pointing at the castle. Do you think there's some point... It's kind of... I wonder if this is a way of foreshadowing that Sakura might be going to that castle at some point.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like, Kishimoto has a tendency of doing that. Like, it's not like Oda likes to tell mini stories, but Kishimoto likes to add like foreshadowing through that stuff. Like, like we got
Sasuke, but your prince is in another castle.
I don't know. Did you say you doubted it, or did you agree with me?
I agree. I say Kishimoto does that a lot. Like, Oda, the One Piece guy, likes to do mini stories. Kishimoto likes to do foreshadowing.
Speaking of which, I'm worried that his latest mini story might bring back, might just turn out that the characters that two villains from the last arc, Virgo and Monette, turned out to be alive. Because I have a feeling he's going to bring them back alive. People could accuse Naruto of not killing characters. Oda is so much worse.
Oda never kills characters. He legitimately
except for Ace and Whitebeard.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Anyway.
Like, he never kills character in the peacetime. He legitimately thinks it's worse to have their dreams break in front of them. I say, no, what be worse is for Luffy to grab their heart, show it in front of them, and then crush it in their hands. That's worse.
Kira Toriyama, anyone?
Oh God, him.
Have you guys been reading my What I Want to Do the Narahina fan book?
No? What is it? Like, what's it say?
No, the whole taking out the heart, ripping it, and showing it in front of him as you squeeze it.
No, I got that from like the Naruto filler, like when.
Galima.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we? And then we have the thing, and then we go back to Team Minato 2.0, where
this bit caused some controversy in the Heaven and Earth page. Naruto, where is Sasuke-kun? And Kashi's like, this place, did we move again?
Hold on.
Yeah. Yep. This fandom seriously needs to stop doing that.
I swear, I'm gonna have a hemorrhage by the time this manga is done. From me smacking my head against my desk every time this happens.
No, James, you'll get a concussion first before the hemorrhage happens.
Anyway, so since we're here, do you guys just want to say why that idea is bullshit? Like, why it's stupid for them to actually say that, or should we just wait for the end?
Because it's fucking bullshit that every single goddamn time that
all of a sudden, just because Sakura says Sasuke-kun, it automatically means it's canon.
She was
Yeah,
kind
she's
of
not
asking
Hinata.
where he is. She's kind of asking where he is because she doesn't know, because she hasn't got a clear sight of him. She knows Naruto is fine because the clone is still intact, but Sasuke, no clue.
And then like
Or-
she instantly
Because
switches.
people don't know how Japanese honorifics work. I mean, let me explain it to you, non-Japanese speaking Western fans. In Japan, traditionally, you are supposed to add an honorific to each name, sort of like Mr. and Mrs. over here in the United States. However,
Okay.
the one exception where you would not use an honorific is if you're really close, like family close, to the person you're speaking to. Otherwise, it is considered rude not adding an honorific.
Don't say
So-
that, Steve.
What?
Don't say family close, because then we're gonna get people like, oh, so that means that Sakura sees Naruto like a brother.
How about this? It means they're very, very close. Okay, it's especially shocking because Sakura does that only with her closest like people, like Ino. She doesn't say anything with. She doesn't say any sort of thing with that.
I don't think she says anything with
Okay, I'll
Hinata either, but I'm partly wondering if she's trying to distance herself from Hinata.
No, Naruto does that.
I-
Doesn't do that with anyone. Naruto doesn't do that with anyone but Sakura, which is like there's like 2 points. Like it's a sign of. It's also a sign. It's also a sign of respect. Also, the word Chang, like it's kind of acts as a way of kind of a nickname for Sakura.
Anyway, another problem we have with these people is the biased official translators such as Viz, but I suppose we could talk about that later. Anyway.
Viz is not biased. They literally translate everything, which is why you do not see Kakashi Sensei. You see Master Kakashi.
Actually,
This is why you don't see Jiraiya Sensei.
Hold on, Fizz is biased because they make things worse. I mean, did you not see what they did to chapter
675?
504?
Oh yeah, there's that. Also, there's
And also,
675.
they kind of made it implied that Sakura still loved Sasuke when it came to that Kakashi deduction.
Yeah, it's stupid. Okay, beyond the point. Then we get to the next chapter where Sakura shockingly asks Naruto what's going on. AKA, it shows she doesn't have a one-track mind, right, Hinata? If you haven't noticed, no one can tell, but my eye is twitching.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I still have a headache from banging my head against my desk.
Your fault for banging your head against the desk. Use something softer. I use my bed.
I don't want to use something softer because that defeats the purpose of banging my head.
Anyway,
I just like the fact that somebody's
And
hitting
you can't
me. I don't
hear
wanna-
it. You can't hear me like banging my head against a pillow on the podcast. I want the effect. It's pain I'm willing to go through for the comical
Gosh.
effect. Anyway,
Anyway,
which by the way, I forgot to add. I wanted to add this. Kishimoto kind of lampshaded the whole suffix, the honorifics in this manga itself, where he had Sai ask, basically bring up the fact that she doesn't use honorifics with Naruto, and
Yeah.
says you must be that close with him if you don't use honorifics.
as the fan wants to say, it's a red herring. It's a red herring. I'm like, so the majority of the manga is a red herring.
No, Sasuke getting stabbed in the chest is a red herring.
Eh.
Steve should know.
Please don't bring it up. He'll be ranting. But like, even worse than you do when it comes to Sasuke.
Yeah. Anyway, but anyway.
Sasuke.
Anyway, I added that. Damn you, makeup panda. Anyway, it's also then like Naruto, being the ever-loving genius that he is, has no fucking clue.
Thanks, Naruto. I'm glad we can count on you to explain it to us.
Yeah, it's like, and then Kakashi's like, it's the same as what happened earlier. It's Kaguya. It was Kaguya. It's like she can rewrite the world in an instant, and it's real, just like a genjutsu. And then Sakura asks, like, wait, how does that work?
Someone actually brought up an interesting theory in the forum. I don't know if anybody read this one, but was it 4Life? No. 4Life was involved in it, but it was a theory that someone had that
these dimensions that she's actually transporting them are actually places where people use their where their nature chakra comes from. So like if they're an ice nature chakra, it comes from this dimension. If they're a lava, it comes from this. If it's some, so basically they're taking the.
So does that mean those sauce? Oh, no, that's beyond the point. I'll talk about that later.
Well, it was just a theory.
Okay. So in other words, Kaguya is like. Then later on, Kaguya and Black Zetsu are like going to, I guess, kill Naruto and Sasuke. And Naruto, like his Biju bomb Dama things, like they can't move too well. And then Sasuke is finally useful again.
Wait, he was useful before?
You really hate Sasuke, James.
No, that's the thing.
I'm sorry, he was never useful. Never useful. His plan sucked. Yeah, that's right, Dark. His plan sucked. He's a terrible master strategist.
Yeah, he is. He's become a horrible strategist. He used to be.
Sakura's plan is stupid. All she does is ever run in there. All right, Sasuke, what's your plan? We're gonna run in there and stab her. Great plan, Sasuke.
Now we're gonna run in there we're gonna run in there. I'm gonna run behind her, and you run in front. You get killed, and then I run behind her, stab her in the back, and become the hero. Okay, Naruto. Okay, Sasuke.
Break.
And then, well, I mean, like he was useful, kinda during the orbital fight.
No.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
No.
was. He had perfect Susanoo equipped into Naruto's QB mode.
Oh, yeah, and then it ends up being... Yeah, but without fucking Naruto's QB mode, Sasuke wouldn't be able to do shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he was useful. I'm not saying he was good at it. I just love how people like giving Sasuke and Hinata, like they love giving those two. Like they're not doing shit right now.
So Sasuke cuts him out of the ice and
he creates a god.
And then we find out that Sasuke is actually good at making drinks.
Anyway, next page, Naruto saying sorry that the sexy jutsu didn't work, and Sasuke said he never thought that they could beat it with her, which probably pleased some members of the fandom that get pissed off no matter what you do with this freaking manga.
Yeah, seriously. Anyway, so Sasuke being the ever-loving guy that he is, saying, this time we're going with my tactic. Listen to me.
Say something, James?
Yeah. This time we're going with my tactic. Cooperate. Oh, you mean like how you were cooperating this whole time, Sasuke? I thought you were just doing your own thing. You just so happened to have the other teammates there.
At the moment, Setsu seeming to be the voice, says, Mom, they're hard to deal with. We should just separate them and attack them one at a time.
And this is probably the page that made James so very, very, very happy.
It seems Kaguya silently agreed with him anyway. She is putting his hand out into a dimensional shifting planet or landscaping changing thing, I don't know. And pulls Sasuke in.
And then pulls him into the desert.
Oh, Sasuke-kun, you're so cold. Look at that outfit. You can't cover anything. Here, let me warm you up.
I wonder if we'll get... I must admit, even though Kaguya didn't really talk this chapter, we did see that she can be surprised.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think Kaguya is an interesting one. Like, she's kind of the opposite into the Madara and like Obito. Like, they both kind of fell to the standard stupid villain thing.
Hey, funny thought here. If anybody has ever seen this movie, shame on you if you haven't.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna wait for the background noise to stop.
Yeah, sorry, my parents came into the kitchen.
Okay, so if anybody's ever seen this movie, if you have not seen this movie, shame on you. But I could just imagine Sasuke gonna go, "What the heck? Where the hell am I?" And then you look right in the background, and there's a sandworm.
No, like someone actually did like this joke in which like where like
I don't think I know what movie you're talking about.
Beetlejuice. I'm talking about Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Never even heard of that movie.
I've heard of it. I've never actually watched the movie.
Okay, Blue Star. I'm coming to
I'm gonna
kidnap you. I'm gonna tie you to a chair, and we're gonna watch all these bunch of movies. Because I feel, and I'm saying this as a friend. I'm a friend. Because I care. You are missing out on some of the greatest movies ever made of all time. And I
Just
am.
send.
I
Go
feel
ahead.
I'm worried about you, man. I really am. You need to see these movies.
Forgive him, James, because he grew up in the UK, which is so far away and isolated from the United States pop culture.
Yeah, completely.
Which is kind of a good thing in some senses. No offense.
Like how? You mean like You mean like how there's like the whole stupid swag shit going on?
That didn't stop him from. Okay, never mind. It was. I
Anyway,
was trying to
just
make
send
an
me a
American
link.
colonies joke here, but it kind of fell flat.
Okay, anyway.
Just
Uh,
send me a link if you
Sorry.
want.
How about this? Like, there wasn't actually a comic in which like they were making fun of Kaguya's like mother instinct from 679 or 680, I think it was. Anyway, no 680, 681. I don't exactly remember. Like where Kaguya was the whole mother thing, and it's like I think it was like she was like looking like she said Naruto. She said no, like she would point to son, blonde son. You're very tan. Like yeah, so. You don't go. What? And it's like, wait, you very pale. She points to Sasuke. You very pale. You go. She kicks him out. Like Sasuke like lands in the desert, and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, oh. Anyway, so.
I have a weird theory.
What? No,
What's
the
that?
joke isn't there. The joke, like, I didn't get to the point. And then like Sasuke's like, what the fuck? And then like he looks up and sees like the main character from Flea is like saying, welcome to the island of beautiful boys, and like Sasuke's like, what the fuck?
Can we? I can't really. Due to the fandom's attitude, I can't take any of those joke posts as funny. Or seriously, due to the fact what people are like. But anyway, what's your theory, James?
Why do I have this funny feeling that Kaguya's brainwashed?
Why?
Well,
How?
Black Zetsu.
Yeah.
He's the one that talks more than anything. He's the one that always puts these ideas in her head to do something. You notice that? Like with this one. Like, was it Kaguya's idea to separate them?
That's
No.
not exactly.
It was Black Zetsu's idea. Like, he says, hey, we should separate them. They're becoming a real nuisance mother. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I just had this this funny feeling like there's something more between Kaguya and Black Zetsu that I feel like Black Zetsu's the real one in control. I know this sounds stupid and crazy because people are like, oh no, another puppet theory. I don't know. I just have this funny feeling that this Black Zetsu is not what it's claiming it is.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one instance where Kaguya was crying in front of Naruto and Sasuke. Pretty big tip-off there. So, yeah, this thing could potentially be the Venom of the Naruto universe.
It's possible. It's a possibility that Kaguya does not want to
Oh
talk
gosh,
to
she's not gonna.
beings.
She's not gonna dress in all Hot Topic and start dancing in the street, is she?
It's possible that Kaguya does not want to talk to lesser beings, as you will, given her god complex.
No, she no, I think, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I think it's good. Anyway, but I think Kaguya is the main villain. Like I think, but okay. Now that we finished the chapter, Steve can talk now. Hooray!
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking, but anyway. So yeah, end of chapter, Sasuke's ended up in the desert. So, overall thoughts. Honestly, it was really good. Yeah, the cliffhanger, while admittingly is better than last week's, it's sort of still lackluster. However, 2 points. 1, why do prophecies in every piece of fiction always have to be so vague and mysterious? To wit, Pokemon the movie 2000, The Power of One. If you remember this little gem from the dub, Disturb not the harmony of
Yeah, the
fire.
world will turn to
ice,
ash.
Let these tides wreak destruction upon the world in which they clash. Through the waters, great guardian shall arise to quell the fighting. Alone its song will fail. Thus the earth shall turn to ash. Why does it always have to be so vague and mysterious? Couldn't the guy who wrote it just say, in case someone tries to capture these Pokemon, bring these 3 jewels to these 3 islands, and you will restore balance? Literally, seriously.
One possibility is because if people who feel like this prophecy could be a threat to their plans, they will try to get rid of the person. And if it was clear who that person is, they would try to get rid of him. They'll just go for him and try and get rid of him.
Or when it was written, it actually makes sense and as clear as a bell to them, but because generations pass, language changes, and all this other stuff happens, it starts to sound a little weird. I mean, imagine reading a scroll that's in Latin, and you're like, what the fuck does this say? And you don't know what it says, but when that scroll was made, it made perfect sense when they wrote it.
I suppose. It's my second point. The humor. Honestly, in my infinite wisdom of Kishimoto's, shall we say...
Looks?
Sure, we'll go with that. In all my infinite wisdom, I never expected humor to come out of a chapter. Because, honestly, for these past 51 chapters, it's been non-stop action and seriousness. A little bit of lightheartedness here and there, to be sure, but still just non-stop action. So to see a bit of humor in this, I chuckled. I said, that was that's actually pretty funny moment, you know, and so, I say it's nice to see humor every once in a while, and it's also sort of nice to see that Kishimoto's.
Although it seems to cause some major controversy because people say it's not taking it seriously. Despite this happening in nearly every stinking fight in One Piece, there's some stupid humor.
The thing is, it's not like Naruto itself isn't known for using humor. Like the Obito fight had like the Obito fight in the first fight when it was just Killer Bee, Naruto, and everything. Like Killer Bee made tons of jokes. Killer Bee made thousands of jokes. The Obito fight when Obito became the Jinchuriki, Madara and Minta, not Madara, like Tobirama and Minta made thousands of jokes too. It's like comedy exists. Hell, when Madara was coming to get to Naruto, like Tenten made a joke about Neji.
That was kind of too soon, but still, it was funny.
It was a little too soon, but it was a good joke. But it just was like Kishimoto. I do admit, out of all the I guess the big 4, if you consider Fairy Tail one of them, Naruto is probably the least humorous out of them all. Maybe Bleach is less humorous, but I really stopped reading that. But it's just they had humor and all, but it definitely keeps the series is to a main focus though. It's not too bad to have jokes from now here and then. Otherwise, we get attacked. Otherwise, the series is Attack on Titan, and that's not necessary. And as much as I like Attack on Titan, that's not why I'm reading Naruto.
Okay. By the way, the whole Pokemon thing with that prophecy, I forgot to mention. Yeah. Who knew that Ash was a person? That prophecy meant Ash as in a person. I thought it was just the whole world's gonna burn and literally turn to ash, like it was a giant wood log and.
Me too.
There comes the vague and mysterious part of it. It could literally mean anything. Yeah, the world could burn up into nothing.
Plot twist. Yeah, anyway, since Blue's going to be gone away, I'll say my thing. I legitimately liked this chapter. It was pretty funny. It had some good ending. And also, I do want to say, I feel like Kishimoto is trying to improve his writing. Not that it was any way bad, but he always did have problems with writing. I think he realized one thing is, he may focus on Naruto and Sasuke a little too much. And here, he fixed it with, kicking Sasuke out. He kicked Sasuke out of the manga. like Sasuke's stuck in the desert, which is actually good for two ones. One, it creates tension, and two, allows it also allows to have like more focus on like Sakura and Kakashi and Obito.
Or it could be Naruto-centric next chapter, but you know.
No, but the thing is, we already know it might be Naruto-centric, but at the same time, we already like I legitimately thought we weren't going to be focusing on Team Minato 2.0, but yet they played a pretty big role here. So I feel like they will there'll be more focus on them. Also, thinking about it, if you really think about it, this might be perfect because we already know in front of Sasuke, Sakura kind of shrinks into herself. Well, now Sasuke's gone, and she has and all that's left is Naruto. Now like Naruto's around now, so Naruto's in trouble. And if you noticed, Sakura is at her most badass is when Naruto's in trouble. 663, anyone?
Actually, she was most badass when she was fighting Sasori.
Yeah, true. I'm just saying, like, she's become very dedicated. I mean, I guess dedicated is a better word.
How about this? Naruto, she's more
Protective.
more of herself and confident in that. Sasuke, she's submissive and less confident.
So she's Hinata. No wonder. So she's Hinata.
Tsunata?
So she's Hinata.
Oh.
So she's Hinata. I need to be maybe a bit closer to my computer when I talk. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, good chapter. A lot of like I do admit when I first saw, like I first got the spoiler of like one half of it. I'm saying what the fuck, and like after like letting the shock go through, I'm saying this is a pretty funny chapter. I like it.
To me, this chapter was the funniest we've had in a long time. It made my day. Not even the stupidity of the fan base ruined it for me, even though they were acting even dumber, the dumbest they've been in a long time. But
You mean shipping wars involved?
No, just complaining in general.
Oh God.
Hey, I just love how they how mad they get when you tell them to stop reading.
Yeah, it's like I don't get it. Like people like to say, "Oh no, I want to read till the end." I'm saying you're bitching about it. What's the point of doing it if you don't enjoy it anymore?
Seriously. I made the connection with a bowl of spinach. If you hate spinach, why do you keep going for another spoonful?
Yeah, it's not like there's someone like forcing you to do this.
And what do I get? Responses basically a very childlike response saying, "You can't tell me what to do." You're right, I can't.
If I was there, if I was even as a 100 deluded as these fans were, I would have stopped reading Naruto and not even bother to find out what happens in the end.
Anyway, I stopped reading Fruits Basket halfway in. I stopped reading Gurren Lagann halfway in.
Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
I'm amazed you could read an anime. Like, how do you do that?
Anyway, did you ever find out what happened at the end of those mangas, James?
He did.
Yeah, I waited till it finished, and then I just read the Wikipedia on the ending.
Yeah, no.
And it was exactly as I would have feared it would.
I kind of did that with all those laugh production Disney TV shows, the early ones, the Sweet Life, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I got bored with them in their latest seasons, so I just waited until like their grand finales, or in the Sweet Life on Deck's case, Cody and Bailey getting back together.
They dragged it out that long. Oh God. Let's be on the point. Like I feel like one of the stupider things they did is like they made like the Sweet Life on Deck completely Cody's story, which is, well, no offense, Cody is just obsessed with Bailey. It's just I don't give a shit.
Well, I did kind of like Cody more than Zach, but I just kind of felt like it's
just like the comedy's just repetitive too. It's like
still better than the Wonder Years ending.
Oh yeah.
What?
The Wonder Years.
I've never watched that show in my life.
Okay, so basically here's the whole premise of the story. Boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, boy spends several hundred episodes and seasons trying to get with this girl. Boy finally gets with girl in the final episode. 10 minutes to go left on the final episode. They just had sex.
They break up, don't they?
Boy goes off and marries another girl, and
Wow.
And the last 10 minutes of the show, boy goes off and meets another woman, gets married, has a bunch of kids, and then picks her up from the airport because she just came back from Europe.
What?
No.
It feels like that feels like what would happen if Naruto ended up with Hinata.
The what? So in the last 10 minutes, they ruined an entire series.
They completely just jumped the shark in the last 10 minutes.
It's like Jurassic Park 3 with the Grant character and that female scientist.
yeah.
Remember how they were all lovey-dovey in the first movie, and you think, oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna get together, they love each other, you know, it's a match made in heaven, they work so well together. Jurassic Park 3 comes, he goes to visit her family, she has a husband that she has no chemistry with, and 2 kids.
Yeah.
And you have no idea what the hell happened. So basically, as Nostalgia Critic put it, it was a waste of fucking time to watch all this stuff happen, only for, you know, them to just pull the rug out from underneath you. So, yeah.
It's especially stupid. It's like that's just pretty much the basic argument why Naruto shouldn't ever become canon, because it'd be fine if like Naruto liked Sakura but he actively became closer to Hinata. Like that's fine. That's how the story's developing. But he didn't. He actively got closer with Sakura. And Sakura got closer towards Naruto. Like let's just say this, the series is undeniably pushing Sakura towards Naruto. There's no question about that. Like it's like Naruto is pretty much everything good in her life at this. Well, maybe not pretty much every good thing, but he's always been a positive influence on her life.
Anyway. Also focusing on her not taking Uchiha's crap and letting them get away with it. Just had to say that.
Yeah. It's sad because like a lot. It's sad how much Sakura hate there is, because she legitimately does not deserve any of it.
In fact, she sometimes does some of the things that people keep complaining about this manga doing. I mean, you've probably seen this more than me, James, because you go on the forums, Heaven and Earth forums, because you know some people complain that the villains get a cop out, blah blah blah. No one even remembers the crimes they did, and Sakura remembers Obito's crimes.
Naruto did too. Naruto especially said, "You're getting punished first."
Yeah. Although people keep saying that Naruto does cop-outs when it comes to villains getting their punishment or they're facing crimes.
Not really. Like, every Akatsuki member died off.
And
pretty
these
much.
are the same people that are actually forgiving Sasuke of all his fucking crimes and actually trying to come up with some kind of technicalities. Well, it's actually Itachi's fault. Well, it's actually this fault. Well, it's actually that fault. Yeah, whatever happened to a person has to own up to their own choices in life? So now all of a sudden everything that happened to Sasuke was Itachi's fault? I remember Nate River telling me this once. He's like, well, it's actually Itachi's fault for all the influence. No, you're the kind of person that just said that you're tired of villains always getting away with some excuse why they did all their actions. Well, why all of a sudden you're doing this to Sasuke and saying, well, it's all Itachi's fault? No. If you're gonna hold everybody to their actions, you gotta hold Sasuke to his actions. If he's gonna be a dick to everybody, kick him in the nuts.
You know, truthfully, the only character that got away with his actions in a sense, well, maybe not really, because he's still hated publicly, is Itachi, really. Anyway, we still don't really know what people... Well, some might argue Nagato, but I'm pretty sure everyone outside... Hold on, let me finish. Outside of Naruto and Kon, I think many people still have a very low opinion on Nagato. And from the looks of it, Sakura isn't going to let isn't going to forgive Obito for any of his crimes, and if she finds out about Itachi, probably still criticize his decisions, and possibly Sasuke's. So we can thank Sakura for that.
She would always criticize Sasuke. No offense, it's like people say, "Oh, Sakura's so good at choose Sasuke." Like she tried to kill him in the Kage arc. No offense. Like, people say, oh, who's she's going to choose? I'm saying, it's Naruto. Like, she made the damn choice already. Whether or not she loves Naruto or not, the fact that she's willing to kill Sasuke for Naruto means, even if she does love Sasuke romantically, he's got no chance of hell of actually ending up with her. Because Naruto is a much larger influence. I guess you could probably say, it's like, literally, really, no.
Anyway, you have any comments on this, Steve?
He already did.
As far as the hate goes for Sakura in general, but really with any character, I mean, it's like it's pointless to hate on something because, okay, the hate on Sakura, I understand where it comes from because many people are still focused on part 1 personality.
Oh my god! And why is it?
The hate on Sasuke and Hinata, I understand, because they both had the potential to become great characters, but because Kishimoto sort of wrote himself into a trap of loads and loads of characters that he has to keep track of, they unfortunately get, shafted.
Sasuke and Hinata, or...
Yeah.
And not in a sexy way either.
I kind of think that's kind of what's happening with all the other shonen mangas. One Piece, Fairy Tail, and Bleach. Bleach had too many characters. They don't get much focus. It feels like no one's a main character. One Piece, also too many characters. Many fights are kind of one-shots or just one chapter. And many of the characters only feel like they have like one personality trait.
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually read a recent One Piece chapter because I just thought, what the hell, and it was just so chaotic. I guess it's like a problem of like no matter how good of an artist you are, like there's like how many One Piece pirates at this point? Like 8 or 9.
There's
Anyways,
9 Straw Hats.
Oh wow. Yeah, like there are 9 Straw Hats, right? So it's like it's going to be impossible to keep track of all of them, and it's going to get boring that way. And like it seemed like with Attack on Titan.
It's all over the place, One Piece at the moment. Mostly it's all over the place, although it's gotten better focus now, but still, there's still a bit of focus being skipped, particularly the main fighting bits. It's more talk than show, but anyway, back on to Kishimoto's character issues, right?
I think Kishimoto does have a tendency to ignore certain characters, but like I said, like Sakura, like he's done it with Naruto and Sasuke and Kakashi lots of times. It's like, I just one thing I feel really annoyed is like there's a double standard against Sakura. Like they say, oh, Sakura was such a bitch because she was like that in part 1. I'm saying Naruto was a brat in part 1. Sasuke was a prick. He's still a prick. It was like Naruto, like I go with this. Like I remember reading the first few chapters. I was saying, how the hell did Naruto ever become popular? 3 out of the 4 main characters were annoying as fuck. Like Naruto was literally a brat.
Well, pretty much because humans are assholes. But anyway, did we interrupt you, Steve?
Did we?
No. Well, technically, no. I mean, I had my say on the character. He basically. This, and it's something you sort of have to expect from any writer or comic book artist or manga artist that writes potentially great characters, but they try and focus on all these characters all at once, and it ends up falling apart. Which is why I think J.K. Rowling with her Harry Potter series, I think she hit it. I think she did it just right with her characters in terms of personality and character development. Anyway,
that's kind of the problem I have with Attack on Titan at this point. Like it's just like I don't know. They keep on focusing on like the Squad 8, which is like a pretty big group and all. It's just like it's I don't know. Like he's not focusing on Squad 8 right now. The Attack on Titan. They're focusing on Levi. And, well, yes, Levi's amazingly badass, but that's it. Like, that's all there really is to him at this point. Like, he's just a douche who's badass, and that's it. That's all there really is.
And has no CD of cleaning everything.
Right, there's that. But it's just like, like, when I'm focusing on Eren or Mikasa or even Armin, like, those 3 are the protagonists of the series, and they've been shoved aside right now. And it wouldn't be too bad if Attack on Titan was, like, a weekly chapter, but it's monthly, so it's slow, and then we get like one huge chapter of just Levi being Levi. It's like, yeah, I don't care.
Oh, so I did hear from Inferno that Attack on Titan might be going a bit too fast.
Not really. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably because Attack on Titan's like going against its concept right now. They're not fighting against Titans. They're fighting against humans.
Who knows?
It's
I
kind
think
of boring.
Well, it's kind of nice that they probably do shifting focus on a different enemy besides the same group all the time, because that would be a bit boring. But you know,
But
anyway.
still. Yeah, but still, it's not the focus. But that's beyond the point. I still read it. No, I don't hate it. It just feels a little boring at this point. And I don't whine about every moment I got.
Like every member of the Naruto fandom does.
Pretty much.
I have to say, they've become as bad as the Star Wars fandom in some sense. Because I'm pretty sure you lot know what that fandom is like, right?
And we found out some of them are sexist.
Wait, the Naruto fandom or the Star Wars fandom, or both?
And some people in the NS fandom are sexist.
Oh God, yes.
There were two posts on sexism. Let's see, one with this girl complaining how she's dropping the manga because it's sexist. I kind of commented on that saying, "Big deal, you'll be back next week to complain."
Yeah, I laughed.
That's a nice one.
I laughed at that one. I was like, so true.
Wait, how was the series? How was this chapter sexist?
No, apparently Kaguya being reacted to a sexy no jutsu.
Oh my God!
Sakura doing nothing. Every female character doing nothing.
Hinata not being able to do what she should be and be the total badass that she
For the
supposedly
record,
is.
there's only 2 females currently active in this manga. And we have 4 zombies and 4 dudes and
One's half dead.
1 black gunk and possibly 1 artificial spiral zetsu.
I don't know what that.
Depending I wonder where he is at the moment, because I don't know, since Setsu's already victims of Intimate Tsukiyomi, I think he has some role to play, but I'm not entirely sure what's happened to him at the moment.
And then I made a comment on how, I mean, if this manga is sexist, then I guess every shoujo manga is sexist because it's specifically tailored to the female audience, and every single male in a shoujo manga has to be that pretty boy, Gary Stu, perfect at everything, and especially our in High School Host Club, which is a series that I do love, by the way. I find it very hilarious and fun to watch, but it's a little sexist toward men because you have these pretty boy men who are literally selling their good looks and charming personalities to women in a rich school. It's almost like a form of prostitution.
It's a host thing. That's like PG level prostitution, but that's beyond the point. But that's it. Sorry, go ahead.
I honestly getting annoyed with this comments about how Kishimoto's sexist, because I don't think he's sexist. Flawed with writing women, probably. Well, that's most likely true. Let's see, traditionalist maybe, but
I just think it's funny that some people think that men can be sexist against women, but women can't be sexist against men.
Actually, to be sure, really think about it, shoujo series in general are kind of sexist towards both sexes, if you really think about it. Like, it's like I was talking with Bizanandi93, I can't pronounce her name, but like, it's officially like, I asked her like what she thought about shoujos and all. She kind of said like it's weird, like most shoujos have the women focused only on their love interest and their love life. And for the life of me, she's not that wrong. 90% of shoujos are like that. Like, very few of them have an actual plot.
I actually have a book that says how to draw shoujo. Don't ask why I have that. I wanted to learn how to draw manga
Step 1,
style.
get a female character. Step 2, make it a harem with a whole bunch of boys in it. Step 3, revolve it all around, everything around love.
Actually, that book I got a few bits of shading and perspective and face drawings, and body shapes and all that. But the reason why I have it is because I wanted to learn how to draw in manga style, but never.
No, here's the real lesson. Lesson 1: make everyone's make the males' faces look like horses. Lesson 2: make everyone look so skinny that anorexic people would be jealous of them.
Mm-hmm.
And everything has sparkles everywhere.
How to draw males
And
in
there's sparkles
shoujo
everywhere.
manga. Step 1. Make the males look like females. Step 2. Put male clothing on androgynous males.
Do you have any comments, Steve?
On sexism in manga or sexism in shoujo?
Yes.
Alright, fine.
Whatever's on your mind, I don't care.
Alright, fine. Well, I'll repeat myself here. It is a shonen manga. It is generally targeted at boys with male protagonists. Yes, there are female protagonists in shonen manga. However, look, as the main character, mind you. However, they are so few and far between, it is usually just not worth bringing up because there's so few examples. Just like how there is male-centric main character manga in shoujo manga, which is even rarer, by the way. So, you can't cry sexism if you don't understand the genre and where it and who you're aiming for.
That's another thing. Like, it can only be sexist if it would be Kishimoto would be sexist if Sasuke was being portrayed as right, but he's obviously not. The main character, the character we're supposed to agree with, Naruto looks really pissed off whenever Sasuke makes fun of Sakura. So it's obviously always saying, no, you're not right. Like, it's like the douches are saying these sexist things, like Madara, Sasuke. Like, it's not like, it's like, have you noticed the characters that are slightly kind have never said any layer of sexism to them? It's always been like the douches who've been saying the really sexist stuff.
It's almost like Kishimoto's going against sexism and saying that, like, men and women should be treated as equals.
I know.
I think he also is going against the whole, in most shonens, they have big boobed fan service girls when they're usually shown having the same appearance, like in One Piece. Well, not in Bleach, but still a bit of showing of boobs. And Fairy Tail. God, Fairy Tail. It's just fan service.
Oh god, yeah. It's like everybody has the same figure. Sorry.
And it seems in Naruto, it's one of the only few shonen that has different figures for nearly every female character.
Actually, they kind of have different figures for every male character, too. I mean, like, if you really notice with Fairy Tail, every male pretty much has the same body shape. It's like...
I don't think James or Steve reads Fairy Tail.
I don't think so, but it's like it's the same thing. Like, you just get used to it, but yeah, it's like it's just bad art, really. It's just like he's just being lazy and slightly perverted. But it's just like the thing is like one thing that really stands out to me is when Naruto was during the Sakura Ino fight, right? Naruto said, "If you lose to that idiot, you're not worthy to be you're a disgrace to all women." That means that Naruto, aka the main character, was supposed to actively thinks women are something to be respected.
It's a double standard.
Yeah,
it really is.
It always is. Like, it's like social justice warriors always going overstand. Like, they seem to think that racism against white people isn't possible. It is. It's like other races can be racist. I can legitimately
it's
say
due
my mom's
to the
kinda
fact
racist.
that it's due to the fact that the white man is usually being the top. That any kind of things on sexism and racism against them is kind of not really seen as a major deal. It can happen, but due to the arrogance of our ancestors, we now have to deal with perhaps possibly our own arrogance. We now have to deal with our own arrogance as well. We have to deal with the sexism and racism of so many years ago. And maybe I'm not saying this right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like I'll say this: white people aren't more racist or sexist. It's just that they had the chance to be on top. They had the chance to be like the major power. If any other race had done that, trust me, they would have been just as bad. I at least know Asians are at least as racist as the white people used to be, if not worse.
Does this really matter?
I don't know.
No, I kind of wish I didn't. I kind of wish I didn't respond to this now.
Sorry.
I mean, the point. Okay, the point we're trying to make on this one is just that the only reason why sexism, racism, any kind of isms exist is because there are people that keep saying it exists, and because they keep saying it exists is how it's created. Usually, the people that cry this stuff are they themselves the representation of that. If I see a girl scream sexism, usually is she's a man hater. You know, she hates men or something like that. Not all the time. I'm not saying it applies to everybody. I'm just saying usually when I see something like that, the female is usually always against men. She's this huge man hater. If it's a racist person, they always cry, "Oh, you're always being racist to me." Again, they're usually the ones being racist because they're the ones always pointing it out. They themselves are hating on other people. The fact that there are people that don't care and they base everything on who you are as a person, not by your attributes, are the people that are really more of the equality. It's like it doesn't matter what the color of your skin. If you can't do the job, you can't do the job. If you can't fulfill this thing, you can't do it. It's nothing to do with nothing with any physical attributes of any kind. And scientifically speaking, there are many different things that make men and women different. There are things that men can do that women can't, and there are things that women can do that men cannot. And I'm not just talking about like sexual organs or anything of that sort. Okay, I'm not referring to that. I'm meaning more like general things like women make better pilots because they apparently have less of a gravitational pull to the earth than men do. So they actually make better pilots, fighter pilots. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Cool. But again, this is all just a moot point. The problem is that Kishimoto is not being sexist. In fact, he has characters going against sexism. You have Madara and Sasuke, like, protest against how women are weak, and a couple times even show, like, oh, they're weak, and they get their ass handed to them by women all the time. Look at Madara. Kaguya ripped his ass a new one, figuratively speaking.
And I'm pretty sure Sasuke won't eat his words towards Sakura because literally, like there's no like people like to say, oh, Sakura's such a horrible character and such. It goes like I actually made a post recently. Like I said, no, it's because you guys don't want to admit that she's better than you think she is. That's your problem. Like you guys don't want to admit you're wrong, and that's literally at this point getting stupid. Go ahead.
I think the only problem is that due to the fact it's male-centric, as Steve pointed out, the guys get more shining moments than the girls, so that might cause some of the accusations of sexism against Kishimoto.
And in shoujos, women get more attention than men and get more chances to shine than men. Am I going to start bitching? Should I just start like raising awareness? Like, oh, this is so sexist. I can't believe we have such a thing. In fact, actually, shonen and shoujo in itself is a sexist thing because you literally have mangas purposely saying this is intended for boys, this is intended for girls. But then again, we live in a society now that it's acceptable for, genders to go into the opposite of what is actually intended. Look, we have a whole society now that is into My Little Pony, males into My Little Pony, myself included, like this stuff.
I'm a bit shocked by that still.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good show, so.
And then again, I watched the Powerpuff Girls when I was a kid, and that might have been considered for girls.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have come to a society where there's nothing wrong with that. But everyone always wants to say, like, if they feel oppressed, they should raise awareness to it, regardless if they actually are being oppressed or not. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. I know this really isn't talking much about Naruto at all, but it's just one ridiculous thing that's been going on in the fandom, and it needs to stop. It really does. You are creating that sexism because you're assuming it is. You are creating it. You understand that?
That is the point. Like, I do admit, like, I have thought other series have been sexist. Like, I did, like, for example, I watched Bakemon. Like, it's like the series about, like, with, like, the two manga artists and such. I do feel like there was some lines I thought it was sexist. I think one especially thing, like, a lot of mangas like to have the girls say, oh, men are stronger than women, like, naturally. I'm saying, the thing is, one thing is, like, have you noticed that Kishimoto has never had a single female ever say that? It's really widespread in a lot of shonen manga that a lot of women say, I can't beat a male because generally males have a lot more physical strength. Hell, this was a plot point in One Piece. In which, like, this was a plot point in One Piece, supposedly. Like, supposedly Karina said,
yeah.
I'm going to lose. And, like, Zoro said, no, you won't. It's like, it goes like, the thing is, in Naruto, no one has ever said, oh, you're a girl, therefore you're weaker. No one's ever said that in her life. No one's ever said that. Sakura especially said one cool thing. She said, like, do you think I'm a weak woman who's going to do something? Like, it's like, do you think I'm just someone who's weak who's not going to do anything? It's like, no. It's like, it shows that Kishimoto may be traditional, which means, he might traditional, but he is not a sexist.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on to questions I have? Because I'm usually the only one that actually gives you guys questions.
I actually got one question, but
Alright.
Okay.
but who wants to go first with it?
Let's go with Blue. He has plenty.
Okay, anyway. Okay, as you know, we kind of talked about this earlier, about how people keep on whining and moaning and then still reading the manga. If we didn't get if we didn't get to read the manga online for free, such as Manga Reader, Manga Stream, do you think people would have actually stopped reading if they didn't get free and they had to buy the volumes in order to complain? Even though in the past there have been fans who keep whining about Star Wars edits by George Lucas and comics from both Marvel and DC, but they still buy them.
They probably would. They probably would. I'm pretty sure they would do the same thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is true that human nature dictates that we always try to look for something better. Like, instead of paying for something, we get it for free. However, yeah, I will agree, we would still buy this, even if, just for the sake of, well, I gotta find out how it ends, and I can't find out secondhand. Not unless it's from something official, like a magazine, or a website.
James?
Or you could do or you could do the average person. I'll just wait for the movie. Would people still bitch? Of course, because it's human nature. People are always going to bitch. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be something that people don't like.
Like you said, Blue, it's like the Star Wars fandom is really annoying, but at the end of the day, they bitched and whined about the entire prequels, but they still watch them. Now, I'm pretty sure most of them still own them on DVD, and they still.
Oh, yeah.
And chances are, if given the chance, they would still defend them, even if they hated them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I never really found out why people hated the thing so much. Besides the bad acting, I can at least understand the bad acting.
They just hate Jar Jar Binks. Really, that's really where most of the hate comes from. It's just the Jar Jar Binks.
Even though he's only really a major character in the Phantom Menace, he's kind of more on the side in Attack of the Clone, and he's more of a cameo in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, no, but it's like it feels stupid to hate an entire movie series because of that. He's not the main character. It's like for example, people can hate Twilight because they hate Bella, and that's fine. But Jar Jar isn't a main character in the entire series.
I'll be honest, I believe I've said I'm quite fond of the Gungan in the previous podcast because I saw him as a child and I found him hilarious.
Me too, actually. I liked him.
Anyway, I'm just glad that even though I don't really trust Disney at the moment, they've at least declared the Clone Wars and the 6 movies as immovable objects, which is kind of ironic because people are still saying that, oh, those movies are going to get retconned, when it's highly unlikely when they're doing Episode 7 and all these spin-off movies, focusing on these spin-off movies. But anyway, should we go on to my next question, or...
One last comment, then the next question, at least from me,
Okay.
alright? Even though back in 2006, Lucasfilm has said the 6 movies are written in stone, and there will be no retconning whatsoever, how quickly people tend to forget that. Anyway, next question.
Lucasfilms isn't in charge of the movies anymore, so,
No,
Disney's
but-
now.
Yeah, but Disney has start drawing lines in the Star Wars canon because there's so much of it. They actually went with lines and said, okay, this is not canon. This is not. This is. So they've been like they kept the movies as is, and this is okay. This is the movies. This is they are. This is the canon. Now we're gonna do everything else and see where we want to put those.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
And the Clone Wars, which I love that show, by the way. I think everyone here would love Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, some of the novels. I know that some of the novels are not canon. They decided on that. They decided some of the comic books are not canon.
There's so much, and there's, like, no offense, like, there's so much shit, there's probably going to be something contradicting. It's impossible to make all the expanded universe, like, canon.
Yeah, well, the bigger you make it, the more mistakes are bound to come up.
Not even George cared about the canon in the expanded universe. What?
Here's how the list goes: movies, TV, video games, and then everything else.
Oh, but that sounds about right. I guess officially it's better than how like the Naruto fandom seems to take everything. Like for example, I take the manga as canon. Anime, not like anything that happens in the anime that happens in the manga, I'll consider it canon. But filler stuff, I don't consider that canon. And video games and such, I completely consider that non-canon. Yet for some reason, the Naruto fandom seems to think if it happens in the anime, it happens in Rio, which is why the Hinata filler is correct as Rio. I'm like, oh god, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Halo verse too.
Shaft aside to Legends, except for the 6 movies and Clone Wars. Anyway, should we go to the next question? Should we do your question, James, that you got, or should we go to my next question?
How many questions you got?
I don't know. I'm making them up as I go along.
Oh Jesus!
Let's just finish James off and then.
Does this help make me look fat? Yes. Next question.
It's like, where do you want to be buried? Not next to you.
Somewhere far away.
Okay.
Hey, Blue Star, what's your next question?
Well, I just thought of one. When do you think the Edo Hokages will appear?
I have no fucking clue.
Next chapter.
Really?
Next chapter.
What can Naruto do by himself against Kaguya?
That's the thing, though. Oh, maybe. Oh, that would be nice. Now, that's actually a good idea. Now I think. But even then, like, only really Tobirama and Minato can really transport like that.
Anyway, let's see.
I just said they would show up. I didn't say they'd do anything. They'll show up next chapter and then they'll do something in the chapter afterward. At least that's how I see it.
Oh, I thought Blue meant like they'll actually be in the fight. That's what he meant.
No, I didn't mean that. When would they appear? I didn't.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Also, you can include. What do you think? Given the fact that Spiral Zetsu seems to be, you think also Spiral Zetsu will appear at some point?
I don't know. Like the last chapter we saw the third, he was pretty okay, like just walking away. So I think Spiral Zetsu's not going to be doing anything anytime soon.
I don't know. Anyway, let's see now. You think we might get Anyway, since I said Minato 2.0, I was wondering, you think we might get an Obito, Kakashi, and Sakura team up, and that could also involve Rin Sakura parallels?
Maybe.
I want it, but I'm not holding my breath for it.
All right.
I don't know. Yes,
I wouldn't say it'd be like it'd be as major as a battle against Kaguya. They fight something minor, but who knows?
I mean, I guess. I mean, we've had like several opportunities for a Rin Sakura parallel, and it never happened anyway. So I don't know. I'm not holding my breath for it. I'll put it that way.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It kind of goes with the fact that I think there was a slight miniature parallel. Slight? Maybe? But that's kind of...
Just that Kishimoto's been pretty blunt lately with...
Oh, yeah.
In your face.
And people are still confusing it.
I'm still shocked at that. Like,
he can't be any more blunt, and people are still confusing it. And that...
Like, I literally, when I read, like, a
13-year-old boys in Japan can still read better than 20-year-olds and possibly older.
Are you kidding? 30-year-olds.
Oh, God. it is depressing. Like I talked to like Kokyome, like she's an actual like she lives in Japan, I think, or like I asked her a question like, what's the Narusaku, like how does the Naruto fandom in Japan treat Narusaku? They say it's pretty much like people pretty much treat it like it's either canon or it's pretty much on its way to be canon. That's how Japan treats Narusaku. It's pretty much canon or it's going to be canon, and it's like
We're too busy worried about the Kakashi.
Yeah.
We don't care about the parent words. We want to see Kakashi be a badass again. Fuck you, Kishimoto, making Kakashi a weakling.
Oh, Kakashi is out of chakra, and
He's also minus a Sharingan eye.
I am still in shock that Kishimoto did that.
Well, it's possible that Kakashi might meet his end soon.
I don't want that.
Oh, people have been saying that forever.
Yeah, they've been saying that. Like, they say
Such characters gonna meet their end. Yeah, and they still are alive.
it's like
I mean, how long has Obito been dying now?
half a year.
I mean, he's been dying, and he never dies.
Makes me wonder if there will be any more character deaths in the future. I mean, while it's lacking lately, Kishimoto has never been completely shy away to kill characters because he's done so in the past.
I think it's more along the lines of Kishimoto kills characters if he feels they'll have a point. There's a point of killing a character. Like, I guess he's not like exactly willing to kill off like one specific character for like shock value. He's not. Like he there's always a purpose behind a death. Like Neji's death was kind of to say well, let's do this. Neji was one of the stronger of the Konoha 11 besides the Team 7, right?
Who was as close to Naruto as he was.
Yeah, like Lee eventually got to see him. It's like he got to deal with Guy. Tenten's probably going to do something. Okay, it's like everyone has a role in a way. Like it goes like, and Neji's death himself is like it goes like Neji finally completes his character development. It's like Guy himself actually feels right because we got to at least understand why he talks about the springtime of youth and everything. Like everything like Kishimoto does is pretty calculated. Like for example, like I actually realized the entire Obito fight. It was actually pretty like the entire Madara Hashirama and then the Obito and the Obito Sasuke Naruto fight was actually was slowly setting up the whole ancestors thing, which is why Sakura had to be cut out. She would not have had a role in there, and I would much rather have Sakura healing people than just standing in a fight doing nothing. But that's just me.
Anyway. Can we get on to your question that you have, James?
All right, I got a question. It's from the NaruSaku Facebook fandom.
Okay.
It's the question itself is pretty simple, but what it leads into has gotten me is more of a topic I want to talk about.
Okay.
Okay. The question was that there was this girl and she wanted to know, did Sasuke say I want to restore my clan or I want to revive my clan? Now, I already know the answer. He actually says restore it.
He means to regain its honor, right?
He does mean that.
He says restore it. Now, this could be taken two ways. Either A, he wants to restore the honor of it, or B, he's looking to reproduce. Reproduce, not so much. It doesn't seem like that, but whatever. Let's just say it was reproduced, alright? Just for all intents and purposes, it was reproduced. My question for this one is, why do the Sasusaku fans think that only Sakura can fill this role? Like, out of all the females on the field, only Sakura is the one allowed to restore the Uchiha clan. Not Karen, not Ino, not any other female that has potential to create babies. It's only Sakura's job.
Or Hinata.
Well, I don't include Hinata because she's too busy into Naruto, but...
No. I'm just like joking with the Sasu Hina crack fandom. Like, I usually do crack ship it because it's just so funny. Nothing gets
crack parents because you have to be on it to believe it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like there are people who actually seriously ship it, and I'm like, I don't have anything against them. It's just like I do ship it because it's just I don't know. Just the basic idea is hilarious to me. Not to say the ships in and of itself is bad, but that's the point.
Naruto and Kaguya. I don't know. That's creepy, James. I know.
Anyway,
Please, people ship Minato with Naruto.
Sasuke's kind of only really made it possible for Karin to have any kind of romantic relationship with him.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, they have a really one-minded track. I guess it's because Sakura's gotten the most screen time out of them all. And but even then, I really can't say Sakura's had the most screen time with Sasuke though. I would say Karin more or less has more screen time with Sasuke.
And Karen actually seems willing to want to do it.
Yeah, that's another thing. At this point,
Sakura, she doesn't seem too like if I were to ask her, I don't think she'd be too thrilled with the idea.
Oh wait.
I think she'd slap you.
I just remembered a question I wanted to ask. How would you react if Sakura got the sexy no jutsu?
Oh yeah, that I answered that one. So how would you two react?
Huh?
Like, how would you react?
Sakura using sexy no jutsu.
Well, what would she turn into, guys or girls?
Probably girls.
Key thing.
I don't know. Whatever you want it to be.
Unless she like really over sexifies herself using the ability, then I would have no reaction to it whatsoever. I'm like, I would be like, you look better than you are naturally than you do with this jutsu, all right? You know.
So she try and do
I don't need you to do that jutsu to get a nosebleed. I'm already having a nosebleed.
So you know.
Either way,
You're
those
hot,
two are going to have a very perverted relationship.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to go on to what you were trying to get into that post, James?
Well, it's just like, why? Like as I said, with the discussion with the Sasasaku fans, why do they like? What is with this ideology that it's only Sakura who's worthy enough to actually like restore the clan?
Is it like the basic idea of why Hinata's the only one who deserves Naruto because she loves him? She loved him all this time. Is that like that idea?
I don't know. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. Like,
I think it's due to the fact that Sakura is the first girl introduced and the first girl to shown to have a crush on Sasuke.
So
That people thought it had to be her.
yeah, but the series has been pretty much doing what I like to call let's say the Sasasaku relationship. It's effectively been like dumping nukes on it ever since part 2's occurred. I'm not even they're literally been dumping nukes. At this point, they're stopping nukes and just At this point, they're dumping meteorites littered with nukes. That's what's currently happening to the relationship.
radioactive. I don't know.
It's just at this point, I wouldn't say. At this point, I could literally say the Sasasaku fandom is now a crack pairing at this point, because there's nothing positive happening out of this.
And as you know, Sasuke is sexist. So if you support Sasasaku, you support sexism.
I wouldn't say Sasuke's sexist because he does seem to have when it comes to Karin.
No, it's a joke.
Here's my statement. That isn't a joke. Sasasaku is an abusive relationship. If you support Sasasaku, you legitimately either support an abusive relationship, or you as a person are susceptible to an abusive relationship and seriously check out help. That is my real opinion.
It's Twilight Syndrome.
Oh, well, I just remembered another question.
He's a monster, but I can change him.
Oh God.
No.
Twilight. The first movie, I was curious. I decided to buy the first movie.
You bought it?
I was curious, and
after watching 5 minutes, you broke it.
I had to force myself to watch the entire thing.
Oh,
I liked the action they had at the end, but that was just about it.
You do realize in the actual book that didn't actually happen? Like, she fainted, and then she woke up, action over.
Oh.
It's pretty sad when the movie's better than the book.
It is. It really is. It legitimately
Can't
is.
wait to see 50 Shades of Grey, the movie.
That's porn. That's porn at best.
No, I'm serious. They are making that into a movie.
I know, but it's porn. I hear it's pretty much porn.
It is.
It's like I don't know. It's like women like to say, "Oh, you guys are pervert." I'm saying you guys are making a movie that's based off a porn. That's pretty much based off on a porn book, like in actual theaters.
Not even
What
a
the
good
fuck?
porn book. All it is basically girl gets a
Bondage.
contract with a guy that is into some kinky and nasty shit.
That's creepy as fuck.
It's not
But
even
anyway.
a love story. It's basically you're my slave.
Oh dear God.
You really want to talk about sexism? There you go.
Yeah, and yet women live it. I don't know why women want to say you want to be like you. Like they want guys to be like Edward. I'm saying he legitimately stalked her for months and went into her room to watch her sleep. If that's romance.
What the hell is that? I don't know.
If that's legit, if that's romance, I'm happy to be I'm happy to be considered unromantic. I could just say I'm sane. Sanity beats romance every day.
The power of love is a curious thing. Makes one man weep and another man sing.
If that's true love, I'd rather be a handyman.
Don't need money, don't need change.
All right, so Blue Star, what's your next question?
Alright. How would you feel if Kaguya has Black Setsu once again retaking over Naruto, but instead of him breaking free, he is forced to fight Sakura and Kakashi?
That makes it kind of interesting. I see, Mitch. That would be interesting. Although, yeah, no offense, no. Like I would probably say that the Sakura and Kakashi are dead then.
Only if it results in a very romantic NaruSaku scene that ends up making him canon.
Which probably would happen.
That's the only way I accept it.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think it could happen though, because Naruto ripped it off of him, so Naruto has the willpower to get off it, unlike Sasuke.
Like a band-aid. Ah!
So, if Naruto said he loves Sakura, would that satisfy you?
Why? We already know that.
No, but he just blank out says it right in front of her.
That'd be nice.
What Blue Star's trying to say is we really want a confession that is straight up. There's no confusion. It's a pretty much moment that says, yes, these two are in love. Yes, they're going to be together. Yes, this is it. Instead of this ambiguous stuff that people keep throwing around. And
You mean like how they love to supposedly say how SS moments are supposedly ambiguous, while really it's pretty much like shooting a gun in the ship's head.
more like how there's a whole bunch of NaruSaku fans who think that any NaruSaku moment that occurs has to be taken as, only interpretational and is too ambiguous to tell.
Yeah, I've had people.
When you have a Sasaku or Narahina moment, it has to be taken straight up, so seriously. It's obviously a moment.
Now, I have some issues with having an Earth. Just seem to we're not allowed to bash Narahina sometimes, or sometimes Sasuke Saku, but Sasuke carrying, they just plain bash. Well,
I don't understand that.
While it's not as good as NaruSaku, it's still much better than Saku and
Narahina.
I have a whole problem with well, not all of them, about half the moderator team at the Heaven and Earth forums, but I'm not going to discuss that here.
We can discuss that at the end of the part, once we turn
No,
off
we're
the
not going to
podcast.
discuss it, period. I'll just sum it up by this. If there is no code of conduct for the moderators, there should be one.
So, where was I? I think that's the thing. Like, I've actually had to people have actually asked me on Tumblr oh, how sure are you with NaruSaku? I'm pretty damn sure. It's they do have a tendency to I don't know, one thing that really shocks me is like they seem to want Sakura to not give a shit about Sasuke like at all, which is kind of sociopathic, really. As much as I would love for that to happen, like as much as I would love for Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi to not give a shit about Sasuke,
That'd be
that's
out
not
of
in the
character.
What?
It'd be out of character.
Yeah,
No.
it'd be completely out of character for them. It's like as much as I would wanted that, I know I would actually be more pissed off if they actually did that because it'd be so out of character. It's like I don't know. It's like I don't like for example. It's like I would actually kind of cringe a little bit. Like I don't know. I've actually read some like NaruSaku fanfic where Sasuke's in love with Sakura. I just couldn't help but cringe at like oh my god, this is so wrong. It's like so out of character. It's just unsettling.
So, Steve, what's your answer to my question?
Well, it's not like I haven't seen it before in other pieces of fiction.
You mean where lovers are forced to fight? Or they're friends?
That, yes. So I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up happening. However, I'm going to have to go with James here and says it better damn well lead up to a really confirmation NaruSaku moment.
Do you guys think that we would get a NaruSaku confirmation moment before the manga ends, or do you think it's going to be like something like Avatar where like they kiss at the end?
I don't know. Anyway, I kind of like the idea of my question, because, in a sense,
cool.
Naruto would have to fight the person he loves, and while this will never happen, if he does end up killing her, that would break him for good. I mean,
oh god, no, like it's like I hate how the Naruto fandom, besides the NaruSaku fandom, loves to say, oh no, Naruto has a crush on him, like saying, have you looked at the Promise of a Lifetime? No offense, like. If you've seen that face, like, he looked crushed. That's not a face of a crush. That's a face of love. Okay? Like, the Promise of a Lifetime face, like, when he, like, the face just before he made that, he looked crushed. It's just, like, I don't know why they don't want to admit this. It's like if I was to go in comparison...
People hate being wrong. People really hate being wrong, which is why we have so much whining on Heaven and Earth.
Oh god, it's like so what? Yeah, I know, but it's still like I hate being wrong. I suck it up and don't care. Okay, I admit I get a little annoyed, but I don't bitch about it every 9 minutes, every 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And I'm 20. You would think people would be more mature than me. I just got out of my teens. Hell, effectively by biology, part of my brain hasn't finished developing. So in other words, if you guys aren't more mature than me, that means me with my undeveloped brain is more mature than your developed brain.
Wait, we stopped developing at the age of 21. Is it 25?
It was 21. Like male brains. Male brains. Like.
Oh dang! I need to learn a lot of stuff in 1 year quickly. Otherwise, I won't learn anything else.
No. It means mature. Your brain matures. You get harder to learn, but you can still learn.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. Anyway.
My brain still is mature, it seems.
No, dude, you're a pretty nice guy. You're cool.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone else is like, oh my god, like the people I follow on Tumblr are all cool and all, so I'm fine with them. But like, it's like the Anon hate is ridiculous.
I'll be honest with you guys. All the people that have come on my podcast, right, have been a part of this podcast, are like the only people I ever consider real fans at this point in time.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure Twilight Lynx can be considered that much of a fan anymore, because I looked at his latest video update, and apparently he seems to be done with Naruto, at least until this war is over.
Why is he done?
No, he does not like the war in general.
It's had its problems, but I wouldn't say it's bad.
I don't know. Anyway, but go on, James. Or is that it? Or is that it about how everyone in this podcast that goes on. It seems to be only the real fans there are.
Well, it's really been cut and dry on what I think are the real fans between the posers. The posers are the people that are just reading this manga for the pairing. That's it. And you could tell it because that's all they ever talk about. And yeah, I get it. We are a pairing site and everything like that. I mean, this is the NaruSaku fan club, but there's more to it than just the pairing. This is not a harem. Okay? If it was a harem, then yeah, the whole purpose of the story is about relationships, but it's not. It's not a harem.
That's actually the thing is, like, the day I read Naruto just for the pairings is the day I legitimately am depressed. Because I like Naruto for the characters and the story. If I can't find enjoyment from either of those two, I will literally cry. Because it's like, that's the thing with my current problem with Fairy Tail. The only real enjoyment I'm getting out of it right now is the pairings, and that's really depressing for me.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure you guys probably know, but I kind of fanboyed when it came to the Might Guys 8 Gates and the Sage of Six Paths plot lines, because I really loved those parts of Naruto. I waited a long time to meet the Sage of Six Paths.
To be sure, I actually fanboyed for a different reason, but like I actually legitimately didn't think I actually knew we were going to meet the Sage of Six Paths because kind of like Kishimoto kind of said it something about that, but that's beyond the point. The thing I really fanboyed was just like how people were saying how well thought out the Naruto series was. Like it was really wide reaching. Like it just showed like a lot of these scenes how it fit into this. It was just really 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 cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all these scenes of Sasuke, they were always with a crescent moon. All these scenes with Naruto, they were always like with a full moon, or like a circle. And then like we saw like how Naruto's symbol can be considered a circle, and Sasuke's Uchiha crest can be considered a crescent moon. It's like it just really wowed me how well thought out Kishimoto did this.
Mm-hmm.
It just like I literally fanboyed the hell out of this because of how well written it was. It was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
anyway, so have we finished with all the possible things we can talk about, unless you, James, or Steve has anything else to discuss?
No, that's pretty much it.
What about you,
I
Steve?
got nothing. I got nothing.
Well, I got three announcements actually.
Go ahead.
Okay.
One, I noticed that these podcasts tend to be a lot longer and go on a lot more tangents when the chapters are boring. Because I noticed in the last podcast we went on a lot of tangents and the chapter was boring as hell.
Well,
I
I
actually
liked it.
quite enjoyed last week's chapter.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I didn't.
I know you didn't, but you didn't. But I the thing is, I liked it because it filled in a lot of holes that supposedly occurred.
Also, I kind of liked Kaguya's
Mother side.
How Kaguya complicated relationship with her sons.
I actually found it. I actually admittedly also felt a one major hole for me, like in terms of Kaguya. Like for example, why wasn't the Sage of Six Paths and his brother the one who defeated the Ten Tails? That's one thing that always kind of had it was always a question in the back of my mind.
I have a feeling it will get still more answers soon, but
No. I said that filled my answer. Like Kaguya was the Ten Tails. Like it goes like this: the Ten Tails supposedly it changed from the World Tree to the Ten Tails because its power was stolen, right? So why the hell didn't it attack Kaguya?
I think the Ten Tails is a creation from her will, but I'm not sure she was the Ten Tails.
No, that's the thing. That's the answer. That was the answer. Like I always question.
I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but who knows?
No. I think no. That was the problem in my head. Let me explain. Like it goes like, why didn't Kaguya beat it? Like we already know Kaguya was stronger than the Ten Tails, so why couldn't she beat it? Like she wanted peace. The Ten Tails is pretty much the biggest thing against peace. So why? Why was it the brothers? It makes sense. She herself was the Ten Tails.
I think the Ten Tails was more of a. I don't think she was the Ten. Never mind. We're just gonna keep arguing either way.
Keep it going.
We'll just argue. We'll just keep arguing it this way.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
There's no point in arguing. I've pretty much accepted anything that Kishi's putting down on paper by now in terms of story. So because he's already ass pulled so many things, I was just like, all right, just do it, whatever.
I think
Just get through the story and get through it.
I think he's more consistent than people think he is.
No, he is. Or at least he's willing. Or at least he does good cover-ups.
He's consistent, but there are a few things that have been a real stretch. Like he really had to stretch it to actually have it make sense. It barely makes sense, but it's a stretch.
Okay, besides the whole Great Snake Escape, what else?
Let's see. Well, you got Madara bring himself back to life.
That's not the
Izanagi. Let me finish. Let me finish. The Izanagi bring himself back to life. Not only that, but he said he sacrificed his eye only to get that eye back and then transfer it to Nagato somehow, which is still not explained.
The thing I think that the only explanation I can think of is that an eye can be reactivated if it evolves into the Rinnegan, but that's the only one I have.
That was probably my thing, but that's probably my thing. But I don't actually have anything against the Izanagi because, for one thing, we knew the Uchiha were abusing it like shit, and I doubt all Uchiha had Senju DNA like Madara did. So I think they could still use it. It's just like Senju DNA makes it more efficient. But anyway, to be sure, you have to give Kishimoto some credit. 15 years. I doubt you can make everything internally consistent in 15 years. 15 years in planning.
I'm not entirely sure if all the One Piece powers are consistent at this point.
I don't even know. For example, there's one thing. You read One Piece. Did Oda ever explain how Zoro ever did that Ashura thing where he got 3 heads and 9 and 6 arms?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Yeah, see, that's my attitude to Naruto right now. I don't know. I don't care. It's just, okay. He could do it, fine. Okay.
But I thought you enjoyed Naruto.
I do, but when it comes to Uchihas, it's always something. There's always something. They either ass pull it, they come up with something. There's always something that they could do. It's Naruto's okay, Sakura's okay, every other character's okay. They don't really do it that often. It's only the Uchihas that there's been this major bullcrap that's been pushed either to make it more relevant, to have an explanation, to do something, and then Kishi just writes into the corner. I still find the whole thing with Sasuke, like with Steve hates it, being stabbed with the sword, being brought back to life, and all of a sudden having all this great power that he didn't have before. Naruto did it too, don't get me wrong, but him all of a sudden having this great power, I mean, it felt like an ass pull just to make Sasuke more relevant.
It kind of did, really.
Sasuke lost so much relevance throughout the story because he was always separated. He was never part of the story. And then Kishimoto's like, fuck, I gotta make him important again. Oh, I don't know, I'm gonna make them reincarnated brothers, so this way he has to be important. Oh, all right, whatever.
I don't know, but I kind of like how he brought in Sakura though. It felt natural.
With Sakura, it's natural. With Naruto, it's natural. With Sasuke, it always seems forced.
Hell, Kakashi was actually pretty natural too.
It always seems forced with Sasuke. It always seems forced.
Oh no, we started doing this again.
And as much as I hate Sasuke, I don't think it's as forced. But we kind of do. But yeah, I don't know. I think Kishi had
question
a point.
it.
And some bits, I'd say
it is the whole problem.
In some bits it feels natural, in some bits it's not. But at least I think he's trying with Sasuke.
He is. But I think like I said, Kishimoto is actually trying to improve his writing. For example, I think he may have realized that Sasuke has a little too much. The Naruto-Sasuke relationship may have a little too much focus, so he kicked Sasuke out of the manga.
Well, at the current location.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I don't no offense. What can Sasuke do? He might be in an entirely different dimension, and we definitely know he doesn't have the ability to transport between dimensions, right, Sasasaku fans?
Now I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Sorry,
I've
go ahead.
forgotten what I was going to say. I've completely forgotten.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
And I still haven't gotten over the great friends line.
Yeah,
I'll
I kinda
I'll
suspect.
never get over that one. That in itself is an ass pull. You know,
I kind of
oh, me and Sasuke, you know we're great friends, right? You know, Naruto, out of all the things you have ever said in the history of this manga, that has to be the dumbest. Okay? I mean, I know you're the good guy, you know, and I know that you like love Sasuke like a brother, and I know you're really close to him, but don't lie. Did you just say you hate people that lie to themselves? No, Sasuke is not a great friend. Okay, he never was. Great friends don't try to kill you. Great friends don't try to kill your love interest. Great friends don't try to, I don't know, destroy your village.
Would you have been more happy if he said he could potentially become a great friend one day?
Hell, I would accept that if Naruto says that me and Sasuke are kind of like brothers, because it's a little bit more understanding to say, okay, they're brothers. Brothers fight all the time, as shown with evidence throughout this whole manga. Brothers fight all the time. It's been basically, you know, the whole concept of it. That these two brothers, they have conflicting views, and then they fight. No, you don't say he's a great friend, because that's not the definition of a great friend. Brothers makes more sense than a great friend.
I could kind of.
Do you hope in the volume, if they republish the volumes, do you hope that they change it to what you want it to be?
They're not gonna change it, but I wish they would. I would much prefer Naruto to say, hey, you know me and Sasuke, we're kind of like brothers. I would be more acceptable with him saying that than I would with the Great Friends line.
So, James, you said you had announcements.
Yeah, so the second announcement that I have is, because people have been bugging me to do it, I got a Tumblr.
Seriously.
Yeah, I got a Tumblr. It's not under a name that you guys are going to recognize too much, but it's I'll put a link in. But basically, the only name I could actually find I could actually give my Tumblr name, because James S. Cassidy was taken. Any forms of James S. Cassidy was taken, so I had to name myself James the Guy.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I think I followed you when I was kind of discussing it with Morgan 4.
Yeah.
Morgan 4.
Yeah, so now I got a Tumblr. You happy? You fucking happy? I got a Tumblr.
You didn't have to, you know.
I don't know if I'm gonna update it as periodically as say Chad or BlueStar or or anybody else who have a Tumblr, but I'll try to do whatever I can to add stuff to it if I get a chance to, and if I find something worthy to put on the Tumblr. Other than that, I'm either just gonna do it on the podcast itself.
I still need to edit mine to do a proper front home page. I still need to do a proper home page.
You can find like 1,000 of those. Don't worry.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I got a Tumblr now.
Yeah, Blue uses his to like ask questions a lot.
Yeah.
I'll put a link, so if anybody wants to follow the Tumblr, go right ahead. I'll put it right there. Okay. I'll also put podcast news on the Tumblr. So if you can't go to the Heaven and Earth site to look at the news, if you can't, if you don't see my post in the YouTube itself, if you don't see something else, here's another chance for me to update the news on the the podcast itself on the Tumblr. Sweet. If it's something really important, it'll be there. If I don't post anything, assume everything is normal.
Okay. So what's the third?
Okay. Or do you only have 2 announcements?
Well, third announcement is, and this is not, and Steve, don't get too excited because I'm still not sure about this one, but Steve might be hosting the podcast next week.
Oh, really? Why?
Because I might have to do something important.
Okay.
On that Saturday.
Are the spots already filled for that one?
This is since this is tentative. James, you gotta give the news by Thursday at the latest to give people a chance.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
So
So no, you can't call dibs. No one can call dibs because this is all tentative.
Joe.
If James is between James hosting and me hosting. All right, so
Okay, sure.
so we'll see. We'll have to play this one by ear.
Okay, sure.
I'll let you know by Wednesday.
Okay, should we
Sad.
sign off now?
We could sign off. If you got final thoughts, say them out loud.
Okay. So, are we ending the podcast now?
Yeah.
I don't think we really have anything to talk about.
Yeah. I'm BlueStarsaber here. What?
Sorry.
I'm BlueStarsaber here. Enjoyed this chapter. Hope to see you all again. Signing off.
I'm Patrick or P. Xiao. Also remember,
Big
You
out
want-
man with the strength of a roaring river.
if you want any more erotic voices, don't look for mine. I suck at it. Okay.
Unless you're
yeah.
into the Mass Effect Morden kinkiness, which, go ahead. Totally call on him.
Okay.
He sounds like Morden. What? I am the very
Yeah.
model of a modern.
I am LK and I'm Jake, also known as Steve.
No final thoughts?
No.
No. All right. So I thought this chapter was great. It was 10. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Sweet.
I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's so far out there. It was great. I was laughing my ass off. It was much more interesting than last week.
Oh,
The
God.
cliffhanger is much better. This one.
Yeah.
We have potentially sidelined Sasuke.
I know. Kishimoto has sidelined Sasuke before. Don't act like he hasn't. Like the beginning of the war, like it took a long time before we got to see Sasuke.
Yeah.
And even then, after his even in the Kabuto fight was more Itachi's fight than Sasuke's.
Well, either way, we should sign off now before we go on to another Sasuke useless rant.
I'm James S. Cassidy saying, for all your lady needs, call me again.